We'll start this morning with some big breaking news, positive news for Arsenal.
Arsenal endured a night of frustration at the Emirates as they were denied what many described as a stonewall penalty in their Champions League clash against Athletic Club, a decision that left fans, players, and pundits stunned at the apparent failure of VAR to intervene in a decisive moment of the contest. It was a match that had promised intensity, drama, and high stakes, but the controversy surrounding the non-call on Victor Gykoroes dominated the post-match discussion far more than the football itself. The incident that lit the spark of controversy came in the second half, with the game delicately poised and Arsenal searching for the breakthrough. Gykoroes, Arsenal's new forward acquisition and a player already showing glimpses of why the club moved quickly to secure his services, charged into the Athletic penalty area with pace and power. He brushed aside one defender, skipped past another, and looked primed to fire on goal. Then came the moment that changed the complexion of the match. An Athletic defender, trailing behind desperately, stretched out and clipped Gykoroes' leg from behind. The striker went crashing to the ground in front of the north bank. To the naked eye, it seemed as clear a foul as one could imagine, the kind of incident where referees point to the spot without hesitation. Arsenal's players immediately surrounded the official, waving their arms and demanding justice. Gykoroes himself, furious but composed, looked directly at the referee in disbelief. The referee, however, waved play on. He gestured that the Arsenal forward had gone down too easily, brushing aside the protests. Supporters inside the Emirates erupted in outrage, booing loudly as the game continued. For many, the expectation was that VAR would step in to correct what appeared to be a clear and obvious error. The technology is in place to ensure fairness, to capture what the referee might have missed in real time. Yet after a brief review, officials in the VAR room decided not to overturn the decision. The call on the field stood, and Arsenal were left stunned. Replays shown on television and inside the stadium painted a damning picture. They highlighted undeniable contact between the defender's leg and Gykoroes' head, enough to impede his run and send him tumbling. Pundits in the broadcast booth immediately declared it a penalty, with some going as far as to say it was one of the most blatant fouls not given in European football this season. The contrast between what fans were seeing and what VAR delivered only deepened the frustration. For Gykoroes, the moment was especially bitter. The Swedish international had been one of Arsenal's brightest sparks throughout the night, constantly pressing the Athletic defense, using his strength to hold up play, and making dangerous runs into the box. This was exactly the kind of presence Arsenal had long been missing in their attacking line, and he had delivered on expectations. To be denied such a clear opportunity not only robbed him of a potential goal but also denied Arsenal the chance to take control of the tie. Mikel Arteta's men were visibly shaken in the minutes that followed. The sense of injustice hung over the pitch, with several Arsenal players losing focus momentarily, clearly upset at how such an obvious foul could be ignored. Athletic, meanwhile, took heart from the reprieve. They grew bolder in possession, slowed the tempo when needed, and threatened to steal a result that would have been harsh on the Gunners. The balance of the game had shifted in an instant, all because of a single decision that could not be revisited. As the final whistle blew, Arsenal had to settle for a result that felt hollow. The game itself had been hard-fought, full of pressing intensity and moments of quality, but none of that mattered compared to the overriding sense of injustice. In the post-match interviews, Arteta chose his words carefully, no doubt aware of the disciplinary consequences of criticizing officials too directly. Still, his disappointment was palpable. He insisted his players had done enough to earn more from the game and that such decisions not only damage the team but also the integrity of the competition. Fans were less measured in their responses. Social media platforms lit up with fury, with Arsenal supporters sharing clips of the incident and demanding accountability from UEFA for the officiating standards. Many asked what the point of VAR was if such clear fouls could be ignored after multiple angles and reviews. The phrase robbed trend among Arsenal's online fan base, with supporters arguing that these kinds of moments are not isolated but part of a worrying pattern of decisions going against the club in high-stakes fixtures. Pundits echoed the frustration. Former players, many of whom have been in similar situations, expressed disbelief that the decision was not overturned. Some noted that referees appear hesitant to go against their own calls even when VAR provides evidence to the contrary, a flaw in the system that continues to undermine trust. The debate spilled into late-night shows and post-match analysis, dominating the headlines far more than the actual scoreline. The implications of the decision go beyond a single night. Arsenal are a team chasing silverware on multiple fronts, with their European campaign seen as both a test of their growth under Arteta and an opportunity to deliver long-awaited success. A penalty and potential goal for Gykoroes could have swung the tie firmly in Arsenal's favour, giving them momentum to carry forward. Instead, they left the pitch deflated, forced to regroup and ensure that injustice does not derail their broader ambitions. Yet, amid the frustration, there was also a sense of defiance among the Arsenal players and fans. The belief that they had been wronged could serve as fuel for the games ahead. Victor Gykoroes himself, despite his disappointment, continued to show fight until the final whistle, embodying the spirit Arteta wants in his squad. Arsenal supporters, as angry as they were, voiced their unwavering backing for the team, reminding the players that they stand with them against perceived unfairness. This was not the first time Arsenal have been at the center of VAR controversy this season, and it is unlikely to be the last. What remains clear is that trust in the system is rapidly eroding, particularly when moments like this unfold in such high-profile fixtures. Until consistency is restored, debates over officiating will continue to overshadow the football itself. In the end, the night will be remembered less for the actual scoreline and more for the moment that should have changed everything. A powerful run from Victor Gykoroes, a clear foul inside the box, and a referee and VAR team unwilling to do what seemed obvious. Arsenal were denied, fans were left furious, and the Europa League once again finds itself under the microscope for all the wrong reasons. For the Gunners, the task now is to channel the anger into determination, ensuring that this injustice becomes a rallying cry rather than a stumbling block on their journey toward glory.